NCRP Productions presents Fading Suns, Crystal and Blood, Episode 3.
Hello, and welcome back to Fading Suns. My name is Tyler, the GM.
Hey everybody, it's Pedro. I'm playing Sir Veros, the knight in the House of Hazat.
Hello everybody, it's David, and I'm playing Tor Crowseye, the Vadrok Raider.
Hello, this is Josh. I'm playing Graahaa, the Vadrok pit fighter.
Hello, this is Glen. I'll be playing Merik, the slightly startled engineer.
Hi, this is Barry. I'm playing Jacque, finder of things.
Last we left our intrepid adventurers, you were all secured up in this outpost in this freezing wasteland. You got the floodlights on, keeping out the creatures, and you got the generator running, Merik did.
Did the door shut?
The door did shut. Yes. Once the power came back on, the door shut.
Oh, we didn't know that. All right,
yes.
Good.
So the place is now power, and you've been in there for probably 30 minutes. You guys have been looking around, and
It seems like there's enough light being shed outside to keep the beasts away.
correct.
All right.
And it looks like they were built with that intent.
Okay.
These are obviously a known factor in this area.
Okay.
While searching around, you guys find a hallway that leads to a shed. In the shed are 3 garage bays. All of them are empty but one. In the third garage bay, you guys have found, and after I describe this, I'll let you roleplay what you guys do with this information. You found a snow skiff. It's a vehicle with three skis. It's large. It has a central compartment where you drive it in with bench seats in the middle and a large turbo fan in the back that powers it. It's currently shut down and requires power to run. It requires a large energy cell.
Oh boy.
Just happens to be large enough that Merik and I have seen said energy cell before.
Yes.
So one of the things that we had left off with, I had asked Merik if we could convert. We have 10 batteries, soup batteries at this point, although I'm assuming that Sir Veros is going to need one to replace because he had that hole in soup for so long.
I would suggest you all replace them at this point, just because they've been running on full power for 5 hours now.
Actually, I won't. Now that I'm thinking about it, I would have asked you to see if you could do it. But as soon as we find the rig, knowing we'd have to unplug it anyway, maybe we wouldn't. We'd want to safeguard those for.
How extensive is the process to replace it? Is it something like if we were, if we had to do it in a hurry, that we could just swap it out, or like if we're on the run?
If it was new, absolutely, just unplug it, plug it in, good to go. But if this thing is old as this place, it might have some trouble starting up. So there's definitely a risk there.
So possibly we go through the vehicle. Merik, you checks through it. You make sure everything is good.
Yes, I can examine this.
Yes. Yeah, let's make sure this thing can run, and then...
And then while he is doing this, we maybe look around.
I still would not like to be left alone.
No, Graahaa, if you could please stay and make sure Merik is safe. He is going to be our only way out of here.
Thank you.
All right.
And just as you guys are working in this place, there's the constant outside. They've never left.
We can hear it, even though they're at the distance
There's
of lights.
so many out there. You look out there, and it's basically a wall of them circling. You guys seen Starship Troopers?
Oh, God.
And they're all walking around the outside of the lights.
So maybe we produce a snow sled?
I think it's a shit show no matter what we do. We just got to get out of here and do it quickly.
Now you said shed. Is this the garage connected directly to the building so we have direct access? Or is this down some weird long tunnel that ends up in the shed and...
Like that. So there's 2 separate structures. There's the main structure, which is the living quarters. There is a metal hallway. It's insulated, but it is about 30 feet long that leads to this other building, which is the garage.
And that's what concerns me. The term is insulated, not armored.
Well, I don't think any armor plating that they're going to have in here would protect from that.
I know that the generator room, or whatever it was called, is supplying power to the building. So I've got high-tech redemption, so I wonder if there's a way to slave power off of whatever's supplying the power to the building to one of the energy cells to also simultaneously start to charge that up on a trickle charge of some kind.
charge a separate individual one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's potential, absolutely.
I want to go investigate the potentiality of that, making that happen, to figure out a way to do that.
All right.
Just basically draw power for what's being generated
into another
to
one.
charge one of the cells that we can then power the ski sled with.
Okay. Do you just, without saying anything, just do this?
I just say I'm going to go down and take a look at the power room and see if I can get one of these power cells charged up off the main power source. I think I can.
Would we not be better to keep it all in one? When we leave, we have Graahaa grab cell and.
Well, we don't have a powered cell right now, do we?
I'll say, or we have
the one power in the building.
Yes.
But it was at what, 35%? I mean,
Yes.
was it a full power cell?
But
I don't know. I don't know what it was at.
If we leave it and take, I just feel maybe we should take it and put it in there.
Want to leave now?
what I would say is, well, if you think so, I would say explain your idea, and I would like Merik's opinion as well. So basically, I'm fact checking if I think it would be viable, and I'm essentially looking to Merik to see, is this a viable plan?
Well, first of all, let me look at I want to go down and look at the, basically the power cell is powering the generator, right? Mm-hmm. So I want to look at the generator. If it's producing enough, electricity to power this place, we might be able to draw some of that power being generated and have it rerouted to one of the power cells to fill it up. But it depends on how much, I'm going to have to take a look at the generator and see if that's possible.
Were there empty large power cells?
There were 4 or 5 power cells that were there.
That were empty and drained.
Right. One had 35%. We plugged that one in. And my concern just comes from the fact that taking power from one place to another is not 100%. So let's say we take from the 35%, we use 10% to power the space where we're doing it. If you pull the other 20 into a power cell, my concern is we won't get 20 to 20.
I'm not talking about draw from the power cell. I'm talking about the power cell is powering the generator, which is actually supplying the power. Right. So I'm talking about drawing
Still the same idea. We're going to take power to generate to re-put power in. It'd be better to just take the cell straight. I think.
Well, so the generator is supplying power to every single electrical fixture in this entire building.
Right.
We don't necessarily need lights everywhere, right? And if we can draw a trickle,
The chittering says otherwise.
well, what's that?
The chittering says otherwise.
Well, yeah, sure. No, I'm not saying shut off all the lights, but what I'm saying is,
I see what you're saying.
yeah, what I'm saying is if I can get some of that current drawn off the generator as it's powering the building, it might be enough to power one of the cells. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're taking power from the cell that's in the generator itself. If that makes sense.
My concern is the risk to damaging the cell that we already currently have.
Which is a risk.
Well, that's why I want to go down. I want to take a look, and I want to make a roll and see, what I think my probability of success.
And you're getting that the cell that is powering the generator is the cell that we could put in the vehicle. You got that.
But we still have to take it out of the generator and get it to the vehicle, and we have no idea how long we'll have once we turn the lights off.
Exactly, and we don't know how long that the vehicle is going to run on a less than optimal power cell. We don't know what the draw on the vehicle is going to be.
Right. So are you thinking that we're going to be able to go from a 35% filled power cell through the power generator to power up another power cell at greater than 35%? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, right. I'm not, because again, I'm not trying to draw power out of the power cell that's powering the generator. As long as the generator is going to be on for a finite amount of minutes.
Right.
Right?
About 11 hours.
Okay, so about 11 hours. In that 11 hours, that generator is generating a certain amount of current.
I get what you're saying.
Power conservation says what you're saying won't work.
Correct. Okay. So I'm
Game Master say.
Yes, I'm going to say that Barry's correct on this one.
Okay.
The generator isn't producing its own power. That's kind of a misnomer for just our own heads. To visualize what's going on. It's more of a bus. So
it's just filtering the power off the energy cell through it. Okay, that's different. All right.
Yes. I apologize for the confusion.
Okay.
Okay, so then now we'll just focus on having Merik check this out, make sure the car is all set, so that we can go, because we're just gonna have to gun it at this point.
Well, do we know how far we're gonna be able to make it on the depleted power cell?
If this cell can power this entire facility for about 11 hours, I think we can make it to the ring.
That's what and then the other thing, actually, if you want to try and do something, there's lights on the inside of the building. Mm-hmm. Tor, I would like you to look into seeing if you can attach any of these lights to that car, so that they can be going.
Basically,
we can get a 360 around. It'll drain power, but it'll protect us.
What lights were already on the vehicle?
Just front floodlights.
Not KC lights.
Yeah.
We just need you to route
so we need some
power
for around. We need to be able to create a 360,
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start looking for parts.
All right, I like it. So we'll start with Merik. You want to make a roll? You're examining the
Examining the skiff.
The skiff.
And then I would say for you two that we need to just keep an eye out, make sure none of them sneak in.
I'm going to let Graahaa do that. I am going to literally comb the base top to bottom.
Excellent.
What's the difference?
You are staying with Merik.
Okay.
That's the difference.
Keeping me safe.
All right.
Sweet. What'd you roll?
I got a 2.
So you rolled a 2. You're not doing anything challenging right now, so just 2 victory points. You spent almost half an hour, and you're like, it's really hard to tell without having power in this thing how it's going to react when it comes online. It seems to be in working order. Like, you're not missing anything component-wise in the engine. You know that much. You would like to make a roll for putting on these lights onto your
Yep. So what's my standard goal here?
You're making a modification, so this is considered hard, so your resistance value of 4.
Okay. So then, and I'm doing what? Tech redemption and intuition?
Yes.
That's 11. I'm going to use 4 points to raise my goal.
Okay.
All right.
Raising it to 15.
Actually, I'm going to use all 5. I'm going to use all 5.
Raising
I want
to
to make sure
16.
I'm successful. So raising to 16. All right.
Do it.
Roll 17.
Here we go.
Roll 60.
A 15.
Oh yeah.
Wait, and you set it to 16.
Yeah.
So it's not a critical success.
It's not a critical, but
Take one back. Take one back.
So you get.
oh no, wait a minute, no. So I have a 6 plus 5 is 11. Oh, then I added all 5, so that's 16. Yeah. Hey, I got 15 points.
So the difficulty was 4. So you gain 11 points.
All right, so I'm gonna get those 5
So
back.
you're gonna get those 5 back, and without an issue, you basically the hallway lights you start popping out.
All right.
And you get some wiring, and it's gonna take you it's gonna take you a while, a few hours in fact.
Okay.
So then, in that time, what I want to do is after Merik is done, I would like to request a moment with him. I need to speak to him.
Okay.
So we'll go off into a side room, and I'll tell everybody, stay here, make sure that, Tor's not disturbed and safe.
Okay. Before we do that,
Yeah.
we're gonna get to Jacque because you have an
Oh,
action.
yes.
So I'm going to move through the entire base. Anything I can go see, up, down, looking to make sure that there's not a holding room, that kind of thing. So 2 things I'm looking for. Obviously, anything more that would be another cell, like, oh, hey, here's the hidden full power cell.
Right.
Additionally, anything flammable I will start bringing to the garage.
Okay. So this place was very utilitarian. There's not a lot of flammable things. What you do find are a couple, and there's a old reading room. And the books have been taken out, but there's old bookshelves in there. And so you have some bookshelves if you want to start dragging those with
I
you.
will pile those up.
You don't find any power cells, and it looks like the place was abandoned in good order. Like, it wasn't overnight or anything like that.
Right.
So most things of value were taken with them. So Veros and Merik, you have been, pulled aside, just the 2 of you.
Merik, I need to show you something. It's the item that's going to my uncle. I want you to look at it. I want you to tell me if there's any kind of tracking system on it or anything that would lead them specifically to do what they're doing.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
And so then I'll, of course, have to take the glove off and I'll probably do the other hand this time just to save the hands. Open it up. I did not find anything on it, and perhaps needless to say, this is of the utmost confidence. So,
Of course.
and I'll show him what's in the box, which is this horn. It's this horn. It looks like it might be made. Would you say bone or
Ebony?
Ebony.
So black wood.
Ebony. Sorry. And it's got all these runes carved into it. It's a very intricate looking thing. It's laying on, fabric of silk. And did I miss anything else?
Gold inlaid stars are on it in runes in a spiral climb up the length of it. You don't know what the language is. You've never seen it before.
It's not Earthish, is it?
It's not Earthish, no.
Okay.
It's some language you're not familiar with.
Okay.
Yes.
May I touch it?
Yes. Make sure. I did not see anything that would say there was a tracker in it.
I'll take a look. I guess I don't know. So, for my machine spirit, can I sense that there's any sort of...
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
going on?
Make a perception observe.
How do I raise my goal?
It's by needing victory points. 1 victory point raises your goal by 1.
2. And let's put it up to 5. I That'll bring
So
me
you're
up.
adding 5 to your base.
That'll bring me up to 12.
All right.
All right. 11.
Nice.
hot dog.
Nice. So your hand kind of
I'll
glazes
take
over
those
that.
5 back.
Your hand glazes over this, horn, and as your hand goes over it, you don't sense any electronical devices, but there's almost static in your head as you put your hand over it. There's something emanating from this, but it's not technological.
Okay.
You don't understand it. It's beyond your comprehension, but there's something strange about this.
There is something odd here, but I can't quite pinpoint it.
So it is electronic?
I think maybe it is beyond my teachings.
Well, here, and I'll, ask for it back, and you don't sense, I'll show him the box, make sure, have him look in the box,
Do a little
too.
investigation of the box as well. I'm gonna roll for that one as well.
Yep.
Observant.
Yep, same thing.
Perception. Yep. I'll do the same thing. This time I'll just add the 5 there.
So 12 again?
3.
All right. So you get those 3 back. No, you don't sense anything.
Nothing. Okay. I don't sense anything off about the box though.
Okay, excellent.
This seems okay.
And so I'll put it away. I'll say, you've never seen anything like this.
Never.
Well, I would suppose this is probably what they're after. But how are they following us then? How did they know where our fleet was?
The Vadroks?
Yes, we were to meet our fleet here. And this should have been done in as quiet a manner as we could have. No one should have known about this ahead of time besides my uncle. Which makes me leery.
Who else knew about this?
Well, the only other person would have been... And I'll mention, Jacque. Sir Jacque.
Have you spoken to him?
Oh, but I think I should. Yes. Thank you for your help, Merik.
Anytime.
Could you please send Jacque?
Where do you think you are?
Are we all?
It says
still,
office right there.
Are we all still in the garage with the skid?
You said you guys walked out of there, so I'm assuming
Yeah,
you're
but
in
not
there.
far. I mean, just
Because
far
I'm breaking
enough.
up shelving units in there.
Yeah.
Bam, bam.
That's not for me to
using
figure out.
You're using your whole knife. You're just using the heat to weld little
Oh,
bits
wow.
of metal on.
All right, that's cool.
Very
Pretty
intricate
handy,
work.
yeah.
Very nice. Okay.
Retrofitting his
So then-
ski sled.
I will await Jacque.
All right. Does anyone want to do anything else before we get on to the next scene?
Graahaa is pacing back and forth like a caged lion, you could say. Well, he's waiting to see if one of these things figures out a way to come in.
I like
Is it fully lit inside, like in every corner? Is there dark parts of the facility?
There are now because he's removing lights.
Oh well, yeah. Okay.
That's where.
Yeah.
I mean, all the outside lights are still on.
And
Right.
you back into the shadows and just 2 eyes.
After I'm done rigging lights, I do want to go and look and see. Is there a way for me to tell? Well, I guess we won't know until we put the power source into the vehicle what kind of draw it's going to have on the power source, and then we can calculate about how much time we have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We
And
should
now.
go out into the snow blind.
Yeah. Well, now that. Well, what we're gonna want to probably go out just enough to push them away so they don't swarm in through that hole. Because as soon as we pull that source, they're gonna start coming in.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to do that quick.
Yeah. How far away is the vehicle bay from where the generator room is?
30 meters down the hallway.
So we got a
And then
30-meter
downstairs,
dash.
right?
The generator's downstairs in the main building, so you got to run upstairs, run all the way, through the building. Then there's the adjoining insulated hallway to the garage.
Ooh,
Which is Graaha's run.
that's
What he's
Graaha's
calling
run,
it.
yeah. I
Just
think
in
that's
his
Graaha's
Graaha's
run. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Finally, my
Don't want to
speed
name
will
any
come in
names,
handy.
but
This is a 6-limbed job.
yeah, right. Yeah, we'll all be waiting in the vehicle.
So, my speed, I see 3 numbers. Is this really like 2-legged, 4-legged,
Four-legged,
6-legged?
six-legged.
Yes, it is.
That's
Awesome.
off.
Okay, the 6-legged, my speed is 28.
Yeah, but you're not carrying it in your mouth.
Well,
I
It's,
could.
it's very heavy.
Oh.
Might be a little
so-
Remember,
spicy.
it's a
21 is still
briefcase
not
that's
bad.
like full of lead, basically.
wow.
strap it to his
You
back.
can strap it to your back and go, yeah.
Well, yeah,
you
well,
take the time to sit there and strap it on, though.
Now, once you pull that stuff out, man, you're hauling ass.
what we do is we have to tie some ropes around it while it's still plugged in that form a loose backpack.
So-
Have one hand in. We have to have, him there. we say go.
So what I want to do is can I try and fetch some extra lighting to one of the suits? Because they have their own battery power. And power additional lights on a suit that he can be wearing to give him a field of protection as he runs, especially through that insulated tube. That's where probably going to be the biggest point of ingress, right, is for those guys to attack him there. If he doesn't have proper lighting, then they might swarm you.
If you want to, so it's already going to take you a couple hours to rig out the vehicle. So
Okay.
if you want to add to that time, then absolutely you can attempt it.
we don't have time to burn for that, unfortunately.
Well, we don't know how much time we have. That's the problem. No,
Well, we
it's
do
taking-
know. We
No,
know
we-
exactly how much.
We
how,
have-
how much time do we have?
Merik again?
Oh, 11 hours, right?
Yeah.
But
10 hours
that's
now.
to run the battery
So-
to 0. We need some power.
Okay.
Yes.
So we've got about 10 hours left?
That's
9
what I'm saying.
hours?
We,
No, we
should
have
spend
like
the time.
6 hours left, or
Yeah.
7 hours.
Well, no,
We
you
need
spent,
it.
how much has time has gone by?
You have
Because I
been,
spent 2 hours, you said, on the vehicle?
you have been in the facility now for a total of 2 hours.
2 hours.
And you still need another hour of work to finish out the rig.
Okay, so that's going to put us down to 8 hours.
Right, but 8 hours to 0%.
Yes.
But we need the power to not be 0%.
Right, no, but we need 3 hours to
So-
get ready to go.
So let's
Yeah.
say we leave at 6 hours, then we still have the equivalent of 2 facility hours of power in the energy cell.
Well, don't we want to leave with as much power as possible?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So
So in another hour that I've got left to fix the vehicle, we should be getting ready to so that
I'm just saying.
in an hour we're all ready to go, and you
That's
run to grab
exactly
that.
The numbers that we're missing are how long we're going to be able to get, how many hours, and how fast this thing goes, and how much power are we going to need to get from here to the
Wherever we're going.
And that
safe
is
band.
something we're not going
Yeah.
We're not going to know until we
No.
put the power in, and we won't run out of gas in the meantime.
all right.
Yeah.
So then I guess let's get ready.
All right.
One last possibility in terms of a battery, and I don't know if the cell's, your choice, the game master.
Sure.
In terms of battery, even when the battery's dead, it's not completely dead. You can take it out, shake it a little bit, put it back in. That's a standard, Duracell or something like that. I don't know if that's the case here, but if there is the possibility that there's even a 4-minute charge sitting in there, it would be worth trying to put one of the other cells into the vehicle, see if we can even power it up.
It's a great shot. Why not try it?
So I'll bring I'll bring a couple of the battery packs up.
Okay.
If they're heavy,
you
I'll
can
take
carry
one at a
2.
time. Okay, all right, so I'll bring 2 up.
And that's a lot of work.
Yeah, and I'll make mention to Merik of that possibility.
All right.
Okay.
I'll walk in as well while you guys are talking about that, and then say, Jacque, can I speak with you when you're done?
But of course,
And then I'll go in my office, and then I'll point this way.
I have no idea where he's pointing other than down the hallway,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To my
Okay.
office.
Beast, can you give these a big shake?
My pleasure.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever called me.
Beast.
I'll take them from the little man and shake them.
All right. You shake them. You don't hear anything. You don't know if these are even chemical batteries.
No, a little juice in the bottom.
Yeah. Squeeze it.
I'm gonna attempt to hook it up.
All right. You plug it in there, and the lights kind of dimly flicker on the consoles, and you have this minimal amount of power, and you don't know how long it's going to be. What do you want to do?
I want to diagnostics. I want to see if everything's okay and no warnings or anything. Nothing's
right.
broken.
Make a tech redeemer. This is easy.
I shook it pretty hard.
Tech redemption, intuition, difficulty of 2.
3.
All right.
Wow.
All right. There you go. So, hey, you got one. You get one.
Yeah.
And you can see that it's in working order, and all you have to do is get that turbo fan going, and as long as that's starts up, you'll be fine to go. Do you want
Okay.
to fire up the turbo fan to make sure it works?
For the brief moment that it will activate, yes.
Okay. So you attempt to, and it kind of turns over, and nothing happens.
Uh-oh.
You want to try again?
Yes.
8 turns over, nothing happens.
One more time.
You do it one more time, and it starts running and starts picking up. There's like a cough of smoke, and
Hey, what are you doing down
and the
there?
sled starts going forward, and you shut off the power.
Yes.
It keeps sliding forward a little bit until it hits the front of the garage, pong, and then it hits the garage door.
Whoa.
And then
It's a swamp buggy on skis.
and then the console boom dies.
Oh no!
As predicted.
Did you find out how much power it was drawing?
Did you happen to measure that?
No.
Wasted.
What about that other cell?
Shake that one too.
Yeah, shake that.
Shake that one too.
I'm now beginning to think that I'm going to go grab the other 2 dead ones
Yeah.
and load them onto the skiff.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it gets us another 10
You guys load.
mean-
do you want to test it anymore? Or do you
I want to test the second
Then
one.
I'm-
Power of
friction on
shaking
snow
goes a long
skis.
way.
So you test it again. This one illuminates even a slightly more dim, and when you try to turn it over, the prop barely and just gets stuck there.
Okay.
It looks like if you want, or like the starter on this thing might be worn out. If you want it to be reliable, you might need to have someone physically start up the prop in order
Arm
to get
boy.
it going.
Yeah, right.
We need you to slam it in there carefully and then
Then get your
slam
fingers out of the
propeller.
way. But remember, when it fires up, it wants to move forward.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make sure you
You
hit
can always
the
hold
brake.
a brake.
I don't know. Is there a brake?
Yeah, there's a
handbrake.
blade that comes down in the snow.
Oh, but that's not good out here in the middle part. Yeah.
Oh, this is
The other
great.
thing is it's up against the garage door, so unless it's a paper thin garage door, I mean, if it's a bulkhead, it's going to hold its space.
We can get some. We can just have the engine going, kick it up to overdrive, and then quickly open it.
No,
and then
the
just
the door doesn't instantly open. It creaks up as we
duck.
tear the entire roof off.
duck.
Is there, a way,
Not
is there a way to discharge the smaller batteries from the suits, what we have left, into one of the power cells?
So that was what Jacque was suggesting earlier. It's a possibility. I mean, a potential failure is you lose both.
Well, we have extra power cells, and we're not. Well, are we gonna? Well, we still need the suit, so I don't know.
Right.
Because we've used one set of the suits. We have another set, right?
We have 2 more sets of batteries. Is what we have 2 more full complements of batteries.
Yep.
Which is why originally I thought about maybe we do it, and then I reconsidered. We could still be stuck out there, so maybe losing even 1 extra set's not good.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that than nothing out there.
Jacque, do you want to go meet up with your?
Yeah. Now I can walk down the hallway, kind of looking around like,
What the fuck?
yeah, exactly. Like,
I'll be standing outside the doorway. Oh, I'm right here. It's not very far down.
There's not that many rooms.
right. Well, I figured I'd eventually see him.
Sometimes you just gotta find joy. But this is a
you have found
serious.
this in this cold, foreboding installation.
For a brief moment, but now.
Did you wash your hands?
As a knight, I think I could have you killed for that. But it was funny, so it works.
You do understand I work for your father.
Yeah, about that. I'm assuming that you saw what is in the contents of this, and I'll pull out the box.
Yes.
My father wanted me to find this. Did he tell you anything more?
And I don't know. I do not know if your father wanted you to open it. I don't know.
Well, I have opened it.
Yes. I'm just saying. I did not know if that was what you were thinking.
Yes. And he didn't give you any information on it. You don't have, in your wealth of knowledge, anything you could tell me about it?
No. However, I have been thinking about this. At no point in acquisition, transport, anything of this sort, at no point was I in direct contact with your father. You are but the first in the line of 17, yes?
Yes, I am.
And as you were growing up, it was not difficult to get places that your father was to send, say, messages, correspondences.
Get a little bit more serious. Mm-hmm.
I believe it is possible that it was not your father, but someone else who had me acquire this and bring to you. You have to know by now it's Vadrok.
Vadrok.
You have to know by now is what the Vadrok were coming for. Yes?
Yes, that is clear. They were looking for me, coming for me, and they were coming for this because they knew I had it.
Yes. And how would that information get passed? There was transport from me to you.
The only other,
No one in between.
the only others that knew of what was coming here, my uncle
And your father.
and I.
I do this again with the echoes.
Yes. Something this. And now I don't know if we ever discussed if it was if I ever got the information that it wasn't my father that told you, which might be something you might not have.
Oh, I've just told you.
Yeah, no, before,
I
I
never
mean-
had. No.
Then
It would have never come up.
then it wouldn't. I would have assumed that my father would be the one in something as important of a matter as this directly to talk to you. So
But he did not. But often orders are passed this way. Is not.
It's very common for agents to have in-betweeners to keep their hands clean of the nobility.
It's not peculiar.
okay.
And it is your uncle's brother, so no questions. The man, the Vadrok, who we heard through the speaker, was very angry.
I wish to know more of this. The one person that that could tell me more about what's in this box is right in there, but I don't know.
And I'm looking where he's pointing.
In the other room. I'm basically signifying, Tor. But I know nothing of this and how he would take us having it, because I would guess what type of object it is.
It is an artifact, possibly very valuable, possibly part of his religion.
Well, considering that we may be dying soon, might be interesting to find out.
Do you trust the brute?
Yes.
Then quite possibly you would ask him around all of us.
Yes, I think that would be...
No, tell him to stop working and just send him in, and we'll wait.
Yeah. She send everybody in.
We don't just have a lifetimer ticking down with the battery going while these fiends are waiting outside to eat us all whenever the lights go out. No, it's fine. Y'all just have these moments.
And with concern,
Remember, I'm sworn to protect you.
Yeah, exactly.
maybe we wait till he is done with sea lights, and then, as a group,
Yes, I think that is a fine idea. So we'll come back in, and then I actually do want to bring you, Graahaa, in just to tell you how good you've been and how much I've actually really appreciated your help on this. So we'll have, I'll tell you.
Are you holding out your hand for the shake and trying to figure out which of the four arms it goes
I don't
to?
know which one. I'll shake them
And then he
all,
brings
but-
a foot up.
Yes. You've been invaluable on this adventure.
Thank you,
as
Lord.
As a personal trainer and a bodyguard. I commend you.
I appreciate your acknowledgement.
We'll get you some nice new upgrades on your armor when we get home. So we'll go out and we'll wait for Tor to be done.
All right.
Well, so if we're waiting, I am still bringing. And when I say anything flammable, if there is clothing, I will bring it up. If there is a couch and I can tear naga hide or whatever off it, anything that I think will be flammable.
So the problem with
Naga
most of the
couches.
fabrics is that they were
Far future.
frozen for 8 years.
Sure,
So they're not thawed out.
right, but they shouldn't be wet. Per
No,
se.
but they're not very flammable yet. You'll have to find some source to heat them up to make
Like
them
dry 'em
useful.
out?
The
Oh,
wood-
we have the heating unit. I plopped that down.
Oh, there you go.
Boom.
There you go.
Heating unit.
All right, and then there is some fabrics. There's old towels and rags and things like that. So you're piling that. You had something you wanted to say earlier. Did you, Tor? Did you have anything? Okay.
Does anybody else need to be healed? Because I'm gonna pop a first aid kit if I need to, because I was actually wounded. So
I too wounded.
What's your I think your revival is 6. So basically, one of those counts
Oh.
as a revival without you having to
Oh,
use
that's
one.
oh,
Nice.
cool. Then I'll
Full
just go
heal.
up to full. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay. So
And they're only, each kit's only good for one person, so you only have the 2 kits, and you both use them.
yeah.
Oh, the revival is not the 8-hour rest.
It
It's
is.
with
It is.
kit.
But he said he's using the kit.
Right, because we're gonna be here. Oh, well, we won't.
We're not gonna be here for 8 hours. Yeah.
All right, yeah, no, I think we should kit up.
Yeah. So then I'll use both of the kits. So
Herbert. All right.
So they only have in the whole freaking first aid kit. Each first aid
Those
kit
ones
has
are
only
little
one
ones.
revival.
Use the
What the
kit.
hell else is in there?
I don't
Vomit
want to have
pills?
to use it out.
Yeah, Dramamine.
Sanitary napkins.
Cyclohydramines.
Yeah, vomit bag.
So is the plan by the time we get done with the lights that we're sending, Graahaa on a
Yes.
on a run?
This is news to me.
A running marathon.
So does he know? Now how are we going to signal? In order to save time, if he's already within earshot, if someone else was posted up to send a signal, you know what I mean? It might save us however much time it's going to take him to run.
Actually,
all the way there.
if we but wait until we are ready, everyone is loaded. Graahaa goes, pulls, comes back, and we just go. Everyone is ready.
We'll have Merik on standby in the back to help load in the power cell, and Graahaa will pick you up and promptly put you in the car as we go.
I'm okay with that.
That'd take more time that way.
So another 3 minutes go by, and you finish putting on the lights. The snow skiff is now ready.
And I will say this: we do have that second unit in there. The second battery, the second dead battery is
Yes.
in there.
Yep.
Maybe we could run the facility for like
I would
5
suggest-
seconds on one of those things.
I suggest we should turn it on, make sure the lights work.
Okay.
No
Yes.
shorts.
All right. So you've already used up the second battery. So there's 4 dead batteries. You do it 2 now.
We've used 2.
The third one.
Yeah, let's plug it in to
And
just
you turn
make
on all the
sure.
lights, and they flicker for a second, and boom, and the lights come on all around and they last for 5 seconds, and then they go off.
Very nice work, Tor.
What
I
are
doubt
the
first-
casings for the batteries made of? Do I think there's going to be anything flammable in there?
No, they're
Open
not.
up.
They're not flammable.
All
They're
right, just
yeah.
chuck them into the garage.
Yep.
And then also when it's getting close to time, I'll tear down the heating unit. I want to take that as well, just to make sure we have that.
Yep.
But once that's done and Tor, you're free, and we're getting close, I'll say, all right, everybody, let's gather around. I want to speak to you all for a moment. And Tor, I have something I need to show you.
You want to do it now?
Yes, I think before we go out there, let's I want to see if you know anything more about this.
Okay, what?
And so then I'll take out the box and once again hurt my hands by taking off the gloves and quickly pressing on in and closing.
It's not as bad because all the doors are sealed now. But
Oh,
yes.
they are. Okay,
I mean,
good.
the place isn't heated up at all, but it's
No wind chill.
yes,
Okay, good. So it's less painful.
less painful.
It's less painful. And so then I'll say, Tor, do you know anything about this? And I'll open it up.
So,
Do I recognize what I'm looking at?
you do.
What is it?
So this and the writing on it is in Vadrok.
Oh, okay.
So you can actually read it, but you don't need to read it. You've heard about this.
Okay.
This is the horn of Yomganir, which is one of the forefathers of the Vuldrik Star Nation.
Okay.
This is the horn Void Caller, and it's supposed to herald the Ragnarok, the end of days. And it's a relic of your people. Basically, imagine if someone had like the nails they used to like crucify Jesus Christ. Like that's like how
Turin
important-
Shroud. Or the Ark of the Covenant.
Right. It's that important to your people's religion and culture on a deep level.
Well, it makes me curious why we're delivering it to House Azot, because they are not Voldrak.
And
All
what
right.
is it?
It is a relic significant to my people. Any of Voldrak will come from. We'll go to great lengths to acquire this. I'm not quite sure what House Azot has an interest in it, but it's not my station to make that distinction. I would put it away, and I would
Why would they come to
not
such
let it
great
fall
distances?
into the wrong hands.
What can you tell me of it? What?
It has something to do with. Was it the beginnings?
It's called the Void
Right.
Caller, and it's supposed to be the horn that heralds Ragnarok.
Maybe we should blow it.
Which is the end of days.
It's called the Void Caller, and it's used it's believed in my world that it will trigger the end of days if blown.
Well, that is quite interesting. And I'll put that back into my bag. Well, I guess I'll need to figure out why I have this.
Or why your father wants it so badly.
Yes.
That would be for you to decide.
It is
Yes.
not. It is not your father. It is your uncle.
I thought it was your father.
No,
And you know this how?
because I was the one who acquired it.
What do you mean? How do you know it was my uncle?
We are bringing it to your uncle. Yes.
Thought we were bringing it. Thought we were.
No,
Our understanding was we were bringing it to your father, right? Was the uncle the whole time? Okay.
Yeah,
So I got it wrong. Gotcha.
You were believed this mission was from his father.
Okay.
I'll
Oh, yes. But we're taking it to your uncle. All right.
Yes.
I'll think about it, and now it's a thought that wouldn't have come across necessarily before. I was concerned at maybe my uncle having something, but now that you're saying it,
Perhaps. How have your father and your uncle been getting along?
how have they been getting
That's
along?
a great question. So your uncle is about 15 years younger than your father. And your father is up there in years. He was a great warrior, a famous admiral of many ships, but he's almost 83 now. And he was kind of a late bloomer. He didn't have you until he was in his early 50s. None of his previous wives bared him children until your mother, which was his third wife, and his next of kin, which is his brother, is, like I said, 15 years younger, a little more.
Who will be Lord Veros first? You or your uncle?
I'm like running through it in my head now. And you just see me like kind of turn away from you, scratching my chin. I'm gonna say, well, before I was born, it would have been my uncle. And then if there's some like ice near me, I just crack it with my fist.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I point to you. My uncle set me up.
I'm not so sure of that. I still believe. Which sibling would be next in line? If you were not here, your uncle was not here, your father died.
Does my uncle have a kid?
Your uncle has several kids, but you also have many siblings.
18.
Oh, that's
You
right.
have 17.
17.
So then I'm
So
thinking,
your third mother was very fertile, and she had many children. But she was also only the third wife. She died during the 9th child, and now there's the 4th child, and you have several half siblings now as well.
Oh.
there's a lot of my brothers and sisters that would probably love to jump the line.
And if you think, if we were to bring this, word got out, and the Vadrok came for it, to grasp it and return it to their hallowed halls, and it were to destroy a fleet that you had and your uncle's fleet, there would be no one else set to take over before.
Is there another of my siblings who, perhaps like myself, excels militaristically?
Yes. So you have a sister, and she is a very famous admiral. She's about 2 years younger than you, and next in line for the line of succession.
Leave it up to nobles to get thousands of people killed solving your agreements. You should just settle it like real humans in a fighting pit. Just get it over with, fight it out.
You think we can have this discussion en route to where we're going?
I just kick and break some more ice, and I'm like, it's her then. I'm throwing accusations wildly. I'm like, you're right, Jacque. You're one of the few people I trust again. Like this is it. This is it. Okay.
So then the question comes: is the best route delivering it, or possibly returning it through a cast out from the Vulture?
I wouldn't consider myself a cast out, sir. I'll say this: that if we're not returning this artifact to Veros' father, or abiding by the guidelines that were set forth in this mission, Veros' father, then I think if it goes anywhere, it should go back to me, and I can deliver it back to my people in a safe way.
But of course, this is what I said. Exactly.
You talk about some outcast. I'm not quite sure who you're referencing.
I will say, well, we can decide who gets it once we are out of this mess.
That's the best idea I've heard in the last 20 minutes.
The safest way out of this mess is on a ship. And if we ignite the beacon, I'm pretty sure our friends at the Vadroks could come and get us.
My uncle would not dare do something so brazen if I were to show up at his doorstep. I believe we could go there and get a ship. And I can see if I can muscle...
If we can get there.
If we can get there.
How far away is the safe zone from where we're at? Do we have any idea?
I mean, on foot, a few more. Yeah.
On this skiff.
You don't know how fast
It was like 4 days away on foot, right?
Yes.
man.
We need to just go and hope for the best.
So let me just think. I'm just gonna take a wild guess, but if it's 4 days on foot, but we have a vehicle, you know, would one full
hours.
energy cell, would it typically last that long, or would it run short? Based on other vehicles that I've
Yeah,
that
fair
maybe
enough. That's a
piloted.
fair question. You think that you might, that's 4 days on foot in the snow. You're going very slowly. On vehicle, that's hauling butt. You'll probably get there in several hours. And you think if this power cell can power this facility for 8 more hours, then it can probably power a vehicle for long enough to get where you're going.
Was there a cell in the vehicle, though dead,
Nope.
that we had to pull out? So it already wasn't in there. So
Yes.
they took the extra cell into one of the other vehicles they left with. But you have to believe that if they've got a single cell powering it, and does there appear to be an extra cell cage anywhere?
There's several on the walls, yeah.
There are extra cell cages.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, so yeah, we're still crap shooting, but I'm just thinking that the chances are pretty good if they made that trip back and forth regularly, they probably can make it on a single cell, and I would think multiple times. And there was not a generator lock. Well, from where we were powering from, there was not a power position, right? Because basically you're just draining a battery into a battery.
Yep.
Okay.
And I would rather die out there trying than in here waiting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I say, is it ready?
We've been ready, my lord.
Then let's go.
All right.
Graahaa. Our lives are in your hands.
Go get the battery.
There are many, many hands.
Go get it. Go get it.
And I'm going to start the flammables on fire.
All right.
Now.
Start a big fire in here. Smoke. It's a sealed building, right?
Yes.
So it's like the smoke gonna start filling.
I come back and they're all passed out.
Yeah, they're all dead.
By the time we come back, we're all
Remember, there's
smoke inhalation.
there's a few holes at the top. They poked some holes.
We've got our suits on
No, I
now. Our
wasn't in
suits have a
here.
filtration system. It probably might protect
Yeah.
us from the smoke, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
We're inside. We'll be inside the snow speeder. Only Graahaa has to run through.
All right,
it.
Is
so
the
yeah.
snow speeder sealed?
The
I'm
cabin
assuming
is,
cabin
yes,
is,
but
all
there's a whole deck on the outside too.
Oh, no.
For like loading cargo.
Well,
All right, so we have Merik waiting near where it goes in, so Graahaa can give it to him. They can plug it in, grab Merik, get into the skiff so that we can get.
Yep. All right. So everyone's in position. Graahaa, you have no
So
communication with them.
I'm carrying Merik. Is that the plan?
No.
Like,
No.
I'm waiting
You,
at the
we
skip.
showed
You're at
you.
the skiff. Okay, sorry. I thought you were at
You're
the battery.
running into the generator room, pulling the power cord.
You've
bring
already
it back.
showed me how to pull the battery.
Yeah, Merik has showed you how to
Okay.
pull it safely
Okay.
and gone to the ship to wait.
Thank you. Okay.
So you're standing there. There's no.
One more question. The skiff, is it pilot, drive, or something else?
Drive. It's a land vehicle, so it uses the drive scale.
I'll drive.
I can do it. Is somebody actually
I don't know.
good
Let's
at
see.
it?
Well, I've got a 3 in pilot.
Nope.
Oh, it's
drive.
drive.
Specifically
Oh, drive?
I have a 3.
I have a 3 in drive.
I got a 6.
You have a 6.
Ah.
You should drive.
However, he's loading it. So
Okay, well,
I can load
will,
the battery.
Yeah, I'll say then go
'Cause I
ahead.
have tech redemption. It's 6.
Yeah, then you can load the battery. You'll be up driving. That's the change of plan. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
So you walk down the hallway. At this point, you have no communication.
Yeah.
So it's all you.
That
you
way, if
guys
one of
are
those
waiting.
things break through, then I probably
I
stand
mean,
a
I
better
do.
chance fighting.
I have this radio on my sheet, but I don't think they have any way of listening.
We
to
do
it.
Just
not.
run and get
So
it.
in
You're
that
running for
case,
your
I'll
life.
leave my radio on
his
on
helmet.
the.
Could you tune into
Oh
that
yeah, his
frequency?
helmet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Can it
maybe.
tune?
Oh, no.
Might be
Yeah,
able
kid.
to.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So.
Well, you're going to be running for your life
All
as soon
this
as those
time.
lights go out.
All this
It's
time.
you and
Just
them.
as long as I could just say like I'm on my way, I'm almost there.
Yeah.
You know, that could be useful.
We'll give you the signal. You go, then we know.
Multiple spots.
Hey, I mean, you got a fire going. You could carry a torch. Maybe I don't know if natural light's going to scare these things off,
And I don't know either.
but you might want to carry a torch in one of your hands or something.
What are the torches made of?
Well,
What are we doing?
he's got
So what I
flammable
have,
liquid. Yeah.
what I've
That's
done
not a torch.
is if it's actually light that does damage and not a
burning.
directed
He's-
photon
He's
beam,
lighting something on fire.
I've lit as much stuff as I can in here, so there will be light in here once you bring it in, and once they start
Yeah.
attacking, hoping that
I think I'll just run.
Yep,
I mean,
that's
I
my
think,
feeling.
Yeah, I mean,
What if there's a chance that light scares them off? Any light scares them off, then
he's gonna. And he's
you're gonna have
got
to run
lights.
through an insulation tube. where
God,
it's
God
gonna
can
be.
make it
still
almost to
got
us in one
lights.
move. He's
No, he doesn't have
good.
any light.
Yes, he does. He's in
Oh,
a
in your
suit.
suit.
that
Are
has
you in a,
lights.
you're in a suit?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. So we had the headlights.
Okay.
And he's running forward, so he's running into where the light is pointing.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay,
Better
so
run and get a
What's
check.
So since I can't run,
What are our suits at? What's our battery power on our seats?
You might want to replace your batteries.
So we are now into our second set
you
of
have 5
5.
left.
So since I can't run 6-legged because I'll be carrying the power cell.
Correct.
Can I carry the power cell in one hand and my rifle in one hand, or should I leave my rifle or sling my rifle?
You're strong enough to carry a battery in one hand and your rifle in the other, and then the other 4 limbs are running.
Cool. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be my plan.
But then you won't get the fastest speed, right?
Right.
Okay.
But
You can't.
I
carry
can't-
another
That's the
one.
fastest speed he can go anywhere.
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, Graahaa, it's in your hands. I believe in you.
All right. Here we go.
All right, so you go walking down the hallway. The rest of
Yeah.
you are in the bay, and you're all like in to go positions. Merik, you're at the controls, so once the battery's in, you'll have to get it started. The garage door is currently closed right now, so I'm not really sure what your guys' plan is for that.
Quick discussion with
Yeah, right.
Catman.
Yeah, how are we gonna open the garage door? Hey, when once the battery's in, you bring the vehicle online. I'm gonna go cut a big hole in it with my hole torch, and then I'm gonna hop in on our way out. On your way out.
Just cut it now because the lights outside are keeping them away.
No, when he pulls the power source, the lights are all we're gonna be in the dark until he gets back, and they're all gonna flood in.
Well, it is. You have the
Well,
burning.
we have the lights
material.
on the-
We don't know if that's
Oh,
gonna
no.
work or not.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, you're right. No, we'll have to deal with that. Yeah.
On the skids, does it look like we can push the vehicle back from the door? I say, well, he's getting the power source. We push this vehicle back from the door, so we have at least a running forward start once things start.
No, that makes sense.
What's we're gonna run through the door?
If we need to.
The door has no manual open, like a chain.
Do
or
we know? I
anything.
mean, do we know?
It could be manually open. You'd have to lift. It's not like a normal garage door. It's a metal slab that gets like brought up.
So if they don't rip through before we get back, then maybe
Maybe they'll do it for
No,
us.
what I could do is I could weaken it by cutting a hole in it that would make it easier for us to break through.
There you go.
Like
Yeah.
a cross.
Hole,
Right.
hole.
Aren't they
then-
most likely to come through that door than the wall?
Well, if I just cut a line through it, that'll weaken it. That way we can run through without lowering the potential that we destroy the skiff.
We've figured out that they're beasts.
Yeah, I like the X.
And as such, they're going to come through anywhere they can get. And with as many out there, they're not all going to pile up to go through a door. They're going to rip through everything.
Right. So.
And we already know they
Instead
rip through.
of cutting a big hole, I can just cut a line through it, and it'll weaken enough to where hopefully we can run through it with a skiff. Because otherwise, if it's not the skiff's not have enough force to break through the door, then we're just going to destroy the skiff. It's going to be really kind of embarrassing. We're going to bounce off the inside of the wall and
then we're
not
going to
work
get eaten
out
by
so well.
bugs, spiders.
So once I install the battery, then I'll run to the door to cut through it, right?
You're not gonna do that beforehand.
Well, if I could do it beforehand, but if they see it, if they're watching and they see it, they might take that as an opportunity to try and break through.
Oh, the lights are still on though.
Yep. And would they be
I'm
able to
ta-
connect?
I'm talking about.
Can they even see?
Yep.
Well, I don't know.
Right.
That I don't know.
We actually know the answer to that.
I'm
They
planning
don't see,
I'm
they-
planning
they
on the
sense.
worst. I don't know how they track.
Some of us do.
I don't know. Do we?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yes.
as well.
We know that they have sensors. The eyeballs are not eyeballs.
Yeah, we figured it out because when I was popping them, they were not eyeball-y. They were more eardrummy.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
They're instead of being covered in eyeballs, it's covered in eardrums.
Oh, gotcha. Well,
It's awful.
they might hear me cutting through. How long do I think it's gonna take for me to cut a sizable, crisscross?
Like 30 seconds. Like, it's really quick. It's thin
Okay,
metal.
so I'm gonna wait after I put the battery in. I'm
All
gonna
right.
wait.
All right.
Decision's made.
And how far is this distance? Like what?
30 meters.
Okay. 30
And then up
meters.
some stairs.
What's that all? That's not too bad.
So is speed like meters per turn?
Correct.
Okay. So distance.
30 meters is pretty short.
So it would take you at least 2 turns.
Yeah.
I envision a much longer run.
Yeah.
Once the battery's in, I'm gonna need you to give us a spinning start.
So if he's not doing it, I am going to go out there. Do I have something to cut with? Because we should already be weakening it.
I don't agree. Yeah.
No. So yeah, I can use the laser rifle and give it.
Start
a
shooting
cut.
You're gonna blast some holes in it.
No, not just some holes. Pick a line so that there's basically a cut wide enough to make the skiff through, but so that it's weakened.
Okay. So your laser isn't a continuous laser. It's a laser.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I'm going to have to cut 10 holes.
Okay. So you blast 10 holes.
Yep.
All right. So you guys are standing. All of a sudden you hear,
I just stand up and watch. And I'm just
The
like,
whole room is on fire and shooting guns. Shit.
All right, so you blast all the holes. Graahaa, you're walking down the hallway.
It's
When
great
you hear this
idea.
behind you, you hear it down the hallway.
Alright, so I'm just
Sounds like we're in a gunfight.
Yeah.
To Merik, I'm just like, I've led numerous successful battle missions. I've slaughtered my enemies. All the good things in life. But this has been a shit show, Merik. This is a sad day. I'm
All
just
right.
leaning over.
So, Graahaa, you're standing in front of the battery.
Alright.
Everyone's in position. All this work.
Yes.
Toss the laser rifle, get back in.
Take a
All
deep
right.
breath. Can I still hear the sounds of battle coming from behind me? Or
Nope.
is it- okay, so at least that distraction is gone. So
And remember, you got the ability to radio Tor.
yeah. All right, here we go. I'm about to pull the battery. Be ready.
You know what to do. Do it.
Yeah.
We're waiting for you to tell us you're pulling.
I don't need to tell you what to do it. You know what to do.
It's in his pod.
I'm not
They're
scared,
You
but
know what
Graahaa
to
is.
do. It's on you. It's not on me. Yeah.
All right, so
Ford, is he going yet? After like 30
I don't
seconds
know.
of waiting.
all right, well, you'll know because the lights are
We're
going to turn
gonna
out.
all lights are
All
gonna
we
go
hear
off.
is the crackling of the fire right now.
All right,
exactly.
so yeah, I'll try to remember what they said. Take this side off first, or that side. I'm not sure, and then I'll unlatch it and pull the battery and
As soon
make
as
a
you
run
pull the
for it.
battery out,
Yes.
and you have your headset, your headlights on, so you're not in complete darkness. But you guys in there, boom! All of a sudden it's out, and
it's
all you
all-
have are your lamps
And the fire.
and the fire. But there's no lights from the vehicle yet because it's unpowered.
My lamps are 360. Remember, because I
That's
I
true.
rigged
You're
my
like a glow
helmet.
stick.
Yep.
Yeah. So, boom, power goes out. Outside, you hear.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. All right, so
That
I
was gonna happen.
drop down to 4 legs and take a run for it.
So you start running up the stairs. You go left. You run up. You go right. You go up. You're down the hallway. You're running down the hallway. As you go, you're just about a third down the hallway. Scything talons start pouring in, ting 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 through the sides.
They're
Please-
breaking through, guys.
Please take a vigor dexterity test for me.
God.
This
Okay, I
is
got one.
basically you dodging out of these blades that are coming in.
Okay. I got one dot to spend. Vigor and
Dex.
let's see, 7 and 6. That's 13.
13 to start with.
14
14.
total.
Yes.
Don't
All right.
roll 20. Oh,
Yes.
nice.
4.
4. It is hard, so that's a difficulty of 4. So you don't get anything extra.
Yes.
But this talon comes in and you
close.
dodge out of it, and then your next turn happens and you run in. The rest of you guys, you hear like this crawling over
Trying
the
to
building.
pick this thing apart.
And in comes Graahaa. He's like panting
like
and
a
he's got the
horse,
battery
just
and he like leaps over and jumps onto the ship.
Take the battery from him and
Yeah. I want it to
try and install the battery.
I want to
Alright.
grab. I want to hand. Yeah, I want to hand toward the battery as soon as I can, and I want to loop back around to the back of the ship and start giving it a push start.
All right.
As
Do I have
Merik
to
was
make a
saying.
roll to install the battery?
So you're installing the battery. Merik, you're sitting there. Batteries, power's coming on. You hit the starter.
Do I need to make a roll to install the battery? Or no.
No,
Okay,
no.
cool.
This is just to install.
Putting a battery in a battery pack.
Yeah. And then you.
So I seeing that there's now a giant X in the door, and that's what Merik was talking about. I'm looping back around behind the skid so that as it's being started, I can help give it the momentum it needs to get through the door.
Yep. Well, you need someone to hand prop this.
Yeah.
So that.
It's a propeller. You got
Yeah,
to. Yeah,
there's not like a grate over it or something. It's an open propeller.
It's
okay,
an open
then
propeller.
yeah, I'm not touching that part. But
you gotta spin it to start it. You gotta
Oh,
spin
geez.
start it and then get in.
This
Okay.
is a real thing in real life.
Okay,
There's
gotcha.
the
I
hand
missed that
propping.
part. I gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll do that then. So I'll just give it a big spin with 2 arms. Stand up on my.
All right.
Yeah.
Please take a
Start it
tech
up.
redemption roll.
I'm gonna get advantage on this.
Nice.
Oh,
Good
good job.
use. Good use.
16.
Is that underneath? What's your goal?
So tech redemption and what, intuition?
Yep.
That's 17. Okay.
Oh, that's a crit.
The other one was a 20.
No, it's not correct.
No, wait. I thought you said you
You
got
know
a
the exact
17.
number.
No, I got 16 and 20.
Oh, you got
But-
16 and 20.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shoot.
So the
Take it.
16 is going to give him 5 into his pool.
Yep.
And then spend the other 11 on making it happen. whatever
Yep,
that is.
exactly. Boom, 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 and starts up. As you're doing that, the hallway where Graahaa came in, creatures start crawling in through the doorway. As soon as they see the light from all the burn pile and all your headsets, they recoil back. The windows around you guys start breaking in. Props going. You're getting onto the snow skiff. What are the rest of you doing?
I get inside.
You get outside.
I was already inside, just and actually I'll be by the door with my my sword out. Basically, if they come close as we're going, somehow with the lights, I'm gonna stab at them.
Absolutely.
Is everyone in?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna start driving.
All right, you start driving. You full
punch it.
speed ahead, and take a drive test for me.
Okay.
It's also
I'm
intuition.
driving intuition. All right, I got a 13.
Sir Veros, close the door.
Spend 3 to get me up to 16. I'm gonna do another 2 to get me up to 18. That's 8.
Okay.
All right, so it only takes the once. Full power. You hit the door.
How many? What,
Oh, difficulty of 4.
So you got 4 coming back.
Yep.
Nice.
Thank you for
This is
that.
gonna be important.
You hit it. It resists you for a second, and then gives way.
Nice.
Door breaks apart. Outside the door is a ocean of the creatures.
But we have the whole like.
Correct. So as you do that, they all part like the Red Sea, and they start scuttering away from you guys as you guys go out into the night.
So Merik, how long does it look like we have for fuel?
So this is a few, I'm assuming this is a moment later.
Yeah.
The creatures you leave far behind you. You guys are hauling butt now, and you're going through this snow. The forest itself kind of starts to become more and more sparse, and then you're completely gone. Now you're in the open wastelands. It's just black night and white snow, and that's all you see.
So this is terrifying.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
So you look at the power cell.
Yeah.
You're at 19%.
Okay. Like to keep an eye on it, just
Okay.
to see how long it takes to get down to like 18, 17.
Yeah.
If there's any
exactly.
kind of like GPS unit or to show us where we need to go, even if it's old, I'll look to see if we can try and get.
Yeah, so there's some old charts and things like that, and you kind of dust off this old like map that shows your location on it, and it's just very slowly moving across this towards the equator.
Are the, I'm going to call them the KC lights, are the light structures across the top, are they wired inside or exclusively outside?
Outside exclusively.
All right. So then I guess. Well, let's not hold our breaths, but
Is there a way to kill the rear lights?
No, they're all he
No,
hooked it all up.
I didn't even think about mentioning that, yeah.
They're all
That's
one
what I was
system.
thinking. If it was done inside, we could pull a wire.
All right. So you guys are going along. You're inside this place for about an hour. Battery drops from 19 to 17%. So pretty good longevity with this thing. And you have an hour. Is there anything you guys want to RP for this part, or do you want me to get to the next scene?
I mean, honestly, at this point, I would be just hoping that it's gonna work, because it's kind of just waiting to see if we get out of this. I've put a lot of faith in. Actually, yeah, I'll say that to you all.
Are there any components on the vehicle that we can shut down that aren't drawing extra power and just run on minimal?
Not as it would seem. It looks like this is a pretty efficiently designed vehicle for that.
Yeah, so I'll just thank everybody. I'll say you have all performed admirably on this very treacherous journey. Thank you all. Your service has been noted, and you will be commended once we return to safety.
Everyone make a observe perception check, please.
An advantage for my awesome speech? Okay.
3 under 7.
I mean, 1 under 11.
2, so 7 under 12.
13.
So all I care about are successes,
Which are how many? How many do we need?
as long as it's under your goal.
That's
There's
succeeded.
no difficulty.
Yep,
Hey, 5 under 6.
All right, and Glen.
3.
All right. So, besides you're grooming
If I
yourself.
can't smell it, I don't observe it.
Right, exactly. You guys are sitting there and, maybe playing cards or something, waiting there inside the cabin. And behind you at the back window, you see a light source, like directly behind you.
A pair of lights?
Well, there's just the one, and then there's 2, and then there's 3.
Okay, so I'm a little more comfortable about that, because it was 2. It's their ship.
Yeah.
I think it's multiple of their ships.
No, remember it had 2 lights.
It's really far away right
It's
now.
kind of hard to tell how many lights are. I'm sure all ships have more than one light.
That's how you know. That's how you know where. That's how you know where the ship's from.
I'm going to say that they're probably not friendly.
It could
But-
be friendly ships. Is there a way for us to? Does it have a sensor on this? Does this thing have like a sensor where it can like basically like hail
think it's
them or
like a
something, or
little-
try and establish a communication with a nearby vessel?
You've got the helmet.
Wait, and you have a radio?
We do. Yeah.
I have a Voldrath helmet.
Yeah.
Right.
You want to try to tune in?
Yeah, I'm
listen?
gonna try and see if I can get on their frequency or something.
All right, you kind of switch through, and you find one of them. You hear a communication. They're within a close range, And
Vadrok.
we got a signature. We're moving in right now. And they're saying it in Vadrok.
Okay.
What are they saying?
They found us.
I told you!
I don't believe that we will be able to outrun them in this craft.
I'm just gonna make it go a little bit faster.
I'm just like I'm looking for weapons that I know are not there. I'm just like, there has to be something.
We may not be able to turn off the top lights, but depending on how it's wired, we may be able to turn them all off if you wired them into the headlight system.
Yeah.
You want to try that?
Do I know if they have like sensors though?
Well, if we turn off the lights, then the monsters are going to get us.
We've bypassed
No, I mean-
that. We're in an open field and we're in a waste.
There's no more monsters?
They probably do have
They
sensors.
probably
They're
have
They're
sensors.
gunships.
Far
Yeah.
as
So
we
far.
know, yes.
Yeah.
And turning these off
Fool me once. Fool me
isn't
twice.
going to work. They
Right.
have sensors for this. They would just sweep the area.
Yeah,
And
they
we would-
they have sensors. They could probably see us. We don't need lights on. They see
Yeah.
the vehicle.
We would die in 2 seconds when those lights go off.
So if we're caught with this thing, what do I think was going to happen to us? They're probably going to kill us, right?
Be regaled as a hero.
Right, because it's kind of one of those like you've seen it, you've touched it, you've
Oh,
you've
it's the
basically-
greatest heresy.
Right. Okay, that's what I figured. Okay.
Like, you'd be lucky to be killed.
Okay.
If we're about to get captured, I got some plans.
But they might not kill you because you're a noble, and that could be a big bargaining chip.
Yes, that's true.
Are we near a forest?
Hey, if we get
Another
captured,
forest.
if we
a
get
second
captured, I'm gonna
forest.
have
Not that
pretend
you
like
can see.
I'm your,
You can
I'm
only
just
see
a
as far as your lights
wasteland.
go.
and then
It's all just a
and then
wasteland.
I've delivered this.
Occasionally,
thing to them.
as you drive,
You
you
know what I mean?
avoid like
Some- might
crevasses
save-
and
might
rocks
save
and
your life,
things
I
like
don't
that.
know, you know?
Just mild ones. But the terrain itself is mostly snow with the occasional, like I said, crevasse or rock that you just kind of navigate around.
We got a ship.
We're going.
we got a snowmobile.
As you guys are
should've left.
discussing this, the lights are growing closer, and they do. Every light turns into 2, and it's 3 gunships.
Probably should have left the box behind.
Oh no, that's not a good idea.
Okay,
Bring
well,
those in it.
Can't do that.
and so now I'll look. I mean, it's open field, open badlands, and ships behind us. We don't really have much choice. Does it look like I have any estimate how long we have until we get to the safe zone?
So you squint really hard into the horizon,
I'm squinting.
and in the faintest distance, you see a sliver of light.
So can we try and establish radio communication with somebody friendly out there? A distress signal? A mayday?
You
mean,
have
still-
the radio.
You still have the transponder
So-
from the wreck that you guys have yet to activate. Remember you
Oh,
took
that's
it with
right.
you?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
with us, yeah.
We just kept the thing
Yeah,
that
we
the
kept-
bad
we just
guys
didn't
could
turn it
track
on,
and
yeah.
didn't turn on.
I just
thing
have
that
the bad
guys
guy's
could
helmet,
track.
that's
Go
all.
us.
The transponder,
Yeah.
that's great. Let's turn that on and chuck that sucker out so they follow it.
I think the hope
following the
is that we would radio into friendlies and they would come to help because we don't have any weapons on this.
This vehicle should have a transponder as well.
As a radio, right, but not a transponder. The transponder is specific. It's an emergency broadcast on a Hazat frequency for distress. This is what I discussed earlier when you guys first crashed.
right. That's
But
what
you
we
refused to
should've
turn it on, which
So
is
if we
fine.
turn it on, they might pick it up. And since that's fairly
No,
close,
they already can
All
track
right, so
us.
the gunships have already picked it up. We don't have to worry about that.
we
So
heard
turn it
their-
on.
No, yeah,
I'm
let's
saying.
turn it on
We heard
and
their
then
chatter.
tell me
What
if
I'm
they
saying-
hear.
What I'm saying is the one that runs on the Hazat frequency might trigger friendly nearby Hazats
Yes.
to come to our aid.
Exactly.
So I'll go ahead and flick that on. Tell me if they mention if they hear it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll turn it on, yeah.
Okay, you turn it on. You don't hear them talk about it.
Okay.
All right, the ships are even closer now. They're closing in. They would be at weapons fire range. They haven't shot yet, by the way.
I suspect that they know what we're carrying and they don't want to take the risk of damaging the artifact.
And did you say that we could radio out to somebody, but we can't hear anything back?
Well, that was
Like that's the SOS. It's like a,
That's it. It's just an SOS. Okay, cool. Then never mind. Then we're doing everything we can. So then I will look around and I'll say, unless anybody has any ideas I'm not thinking about, I can only see us going forward and hoping for the best. I don't
right.
think they're going to blow us
Why
up.
don't you use the radio?
Yeah, I can do that.
all right.
If anyone has any objections, speak up.
No, who are you radioing?
Hopefully,
How's that?
Hazat? Attempt the radio. Yes, if we have radio communication. Let me actually, I'll go over, open the frequency. I want to see if I can call my. Oh man.
You want to call the base or whatever it is.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Ah,
Now, do I know that if I call my uncle, I could see something not happening. But if I call the Hazat garrison, give them my code, and say I'm in need of help, it would bypass my uncle based on my station, or
Well, it depends on who's involved in the conspiracy and what level it goes.
that's true.
And
Or
you're
if there even
assuming
is a conspiracy.
There might not be
and
one.
you're assuming this is so. Here's the hard part.
Yeah.
Where I hear you going is that your uncle is trying to get you killed.
Yeah, but I
That's
think
what
it is.
get.
I think it is
And
my
I
sister.
think it's somebody else in the line trying to get you and your uncle killed.
I think it's my sister. I'm just worried about my uncle being involved.
Well, why would your
Yeah.
uncle allow so many of his ships
That's
to be
true.
destroyed?
That's true. Oh, those ships were his, or were they mine from our armada?
Those ships were part of the Dameron garrison, so his ships.
Oh, those are his ships. Oh,
Do you see why I'm going
Yeah.
where I'm going?
Thank you for that. Yes. So then I am gonna go, and I'll go to my uncle's frequency. Help, uncle, please. No. And I'll go in, and I'll, in my best militaristic voice,
Sure.
this is, Sir, I forgot my name, Sir Veros Hazat. Speaking, code, so and so.
Yeah.
I'm in need of immediate assistance.
Code Vermilion.
Yeah.
Demanding immediate assistance. These are my coordinates.
Yes.
All right.
Vermilion was last week's code.
Chartreuse. And I will tell them.
Famine.
Send excessive force.
All right, and you just put that on a repeat.
Yeah.
All right, so the signal's going out. You guys have your transponder. What else do you want to do? These guys are almost on you. They're like coming in like over the top right now.
Is there any way to jam their frequency from this thing?
No. This is not a jamming device.
That wasn't the one Comtech.
Yeah. It was a good question.
Worth a try.
Yeah, absolutely. No, jammer is a devoted device.
Yep.
I don't think I have anything. I don't have any kind of weapons that would help us in this fight. So
No.
Take a quick check through the closet, see if there's any ground-to-ship missiles.
Nope, sure ain't.
there's the missile, but no launcher.
Right. Yes. No, if you guys don't have anything else,
Yeah.
the side doors slide open on two of the gunships, and cables come out, and down rappel four Vadrok raiders.
Oh my god.
And they land on the deck in front of you. Initiative. Who's going first?
Or do we have? Are there like?
So now's our time. Are we gonna fight on the deck of a moving vehicle, or are we gonna try and parlay our way out of this?
I think we're going to first try evasive maneuvers and try and shake them off.
I'm gonna say,
Like
Merik,
a lot of them
how
have already
confident.
died. So
Well, we
it's
start. I
hard
mean,
to-
we're not. There's not going to be a chance for parlay if
Yeah.
we don't, do it now.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, many have already died. So what's like another 4 or 5?
So
I'm
I'm
the pit fighter.
Yeah, I'm gonna look
Just
at
wanted to know
Merik.
which way we were going.
I want to look
So,
at Merik and see how
Getting out of the vehicle
confident-
with axe swinging.
My confidence depends on what I'm using. Am I using drive and dex?
Yes.
Cool. I'm pretty confident.
Okay, try some
It's
invasive.
drive and intuition.
Drive and intuition. I'm still fairly confident.
Shake them.
Buckle up, folks.
So I'll say, you two, be ready. If this doesn't work, I need both of you or one of you to go out at least to start.
Do they have? Does this thing have like windows that open up?
Yeah,
I mean, we're in suits. I'm
firing
just gonna open up the window and go bam with my shotgun.
They don't open up there because this is an environment where you don't want that.
Oh.
There's one door at the back of this. It's you come a rectangle room. At the front is where Merik is driving the vehicle. It's got glass windows, so you can see them. You could shoot through the windows if you want.
I
They would have a hole in the window though. Yeah,
Correct.
we wouldn't have a.
Yeah,
shield.
no, I think evasive
Environment.
maneuvers are the way to go if we can't get out there easily.
Is there a way for me to anchor myself to the vehicle platform? Does it have a safety anchor? Things that you would attach
Yeah,
cargo to?
There is. There's hooks.
But I'm
There's
gonna hook myself. I'm gonna start fashioning some kind of leash.
Well, so that's on the outside. You're inside the cabin.
There's nothing in here for like
Nothing.
tie downs that you
There's
would take and
seats.
use
There's
outside.
seats with seat belts.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do? You want to sit
Well, no, I
down?
was wondering if there were like cargo straps, basically.
Not
Nothing
inside.
like that
Outside there are.
Okay. I'm not going outside
right,
as long as
so-
this, because this thing's like full blast, pedal to the metal, going across.
Oh yeah,
the
you guys
snow.
are going.
It
Probably
ain't like a smooth ride, you know.
150 miles an hour right now.
Okay, yeah, I ain't going
okay.
outside. No.
So you shake them, they should, yeah.
One
quick
tiny
little-
little correction, and I'm surprised they landed on. That's crazy. All right.
You like drift like in a full 360 and
At
then
150 miles an hour.
Yeah, come on. It's
We're on an open pond of ice. I mean, maybe.
So I got
It would
13.
roll.
I'm spending
Wheel
the
drift,
4.
all right.
What was that?
Oh, yeah.
Pump it up to 17.
Probably roll.
So you-
No,
so-
as soon as they catch that side, bam, boom.
I spent 4 to pump that up to 17.
Got it.
Nice.
Wonderful.
cue Tokyo Drift music.
9.
9.
9.
All right, so you're trying to shake him off. This is a demanding skill. You need a difficulty of 6 to overcome it.
Okay.
Nice.
So you have 3 left.
Okay.
Anything you'd like to add to that?
Can I spend the other 3 to just do quick course correct?
You can use this to do more damage. So you can spend 2 to do more damage potentially.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Sure.
All right. So yeah,
You bank the one.
you bank the vehicle, and then immediately back to the other side, you hear the of like straining metal because these skis are pretty thin. So you'll put all the weight on one ski and then all the weight on another. And yay, but you didn't break it, which is great.
Yeah.
The guys on the outside, they just come down off the cables, and whoa! And you rolled success with 1 extra. So 2 guys fall off into the snow and go cartwheeling into the darkness. And another 2 hang on. That is Merik's turn. What do the rest of you do?
So is it? Well, it's 150 miles an hour. There's no safe way to go out there, right?
I mean, you can't. You're not gonna get blown off. If that's what you're asking.
So okay, so I can go out there and not get blown off unless he's trying to like shake us off.
Correct.
Okay, fine. I'm just gonna go with that. So then I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna blast one with my shotgun.
Okay, Tor, you go first.
Well, are there doors on both sides?
No, there's one door
One
in
in the back, yeah.
Oh, one in the back.
Are there
I'm gonna go up.
guys on both sides?
They're all in the front because that's the cargo area. On
So
the front.
if we like lean out of the back, can we hit the
That's what I was
guys?
asking, like to do the pop shots, but I don't think there's a way.
Yeah, absolutely you can. If you want to open up the door and then use the entire cabin as cover, you can lean around and try to shoot them.
But is it going to make it harder for us to hit them though?
Yes, so
Alright.
there is a rule in this game where it's popping out of cover. You have a -1 to your goal, but you get the benefits of cover.
That's not bad.
Which
-1.
partial cover, which is you're in partial
Keep
cover
in
if you
mind.
shoot and fire, and you're in cover is a 3 to all your resistance rolls.
Keep in mind, we're
An
taking
additional
cover
3?
behind the
All right,
passenger
so I'll
cabin,
take
which
cover.
You guys are in.
All right, I'll use the
True.
vehicle as cover, and I'm gonna take a shot at one of them. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and use all 5 of these, raise that to a 15, because I want to be successful with this. All right, 13 out of 15.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna keep. So I have 13, and what's their resistance?
Their resistance is 6. They
That
have
gives
good
me
armor on.
7. So I'm gonna keep 5, and then use the other 2 to do an additional point of damage.
Nice. 4.
So damage of my shotgun is. Oops, let's see. Oh, 8. So I'm doing 9 damage to him.
Boom. So you fire, boom, and you blow the dude, and he stumbles off and falls off the edge of the skiff into the snow.
Haha! 1 more.
All right, who's gonna go next?
I'll lean out the opposite side and take
All right,
it.
I'm gonna spend one of my weird points to interrupt you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh man.
Thank you. So the one remaining dude is gonna take aim at Merik because he's right in front of you.
Oh
right?
god, he's gonna fire through the glass.
windshield.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
I was going to jump in front of. I can't take the action to.
That's the weird.
Oh, that's the weird
You
point.
use
Yeah,
the
I
weird
know.
point.
I can go
Alright,
before
nice.
anyone.
That's right.
So
Nice.
he's gonna take a shot. Single D20.
Get cover behind the glass.
Oh man. Well, what's your resistance, Glen? 2. He rolled a 2. So,
Oh, wow.
do you want to spend it? Do you have any points to resist? So you duck down, but he blows and glass comes in. All
Oh,
the
no.
wind and everything starts pouring in.
So much for that shielding thing.
Yeah.
So I will then take the next initiative and I will shoot through that opening.
All right.
I'm
Good
gonna
job
take,
dodging him, Bill.
I'm going to take advantage.
All right. Spending your weird point.
So neither one is great. A 3 and a 4 under 16, so I hit, but no actual extras, right? Because I need a 6, right?
That's a miss, yeah.
Unless you want to spend points to overcome
but I'm
that.
saying I need a 6, right?
Yes, you need a 6 to
So
overcome it.
I will hit with a 6. Now it says rate of fire 2.
So that's rate of
That's
fire.
optional.
It's optional. You can with rate of fire 2, that allows you to do 2 shots. There's either 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots. If you do 2 shots, you -1 to your total goal. So whatever is you're trying to do, you -1, but you add 1 to damage. And if anyone has a 3-shot weapon, you -2 to it and add 2 damage.
Okay. Can I retroactively go back and
Yeah,
do
I would
that?
absolutely be okay with that.
So, and I'm going to spend the other one on... Oh, no, I don't need to do that. So, with 2 shots, so damage is now a 5, and then I am a marksman, so damage is now 7.
Nice. And what gun is this?
What's that?
Which gun is this?
This is the handgun.
Got it. Perfect.
Nice.
So you shoot him, you hit him in the chest. He's not down. He's not dead quite yet. It's not quite enough to get him, but you definitely recoils from the shot.
Okay.
Cool. So you've gone. You've gone. You've gone. So you two still need to go. Sorry, Graahaa and Veros still need to go.
In order to use a pistol, I need to have the capability to do it?
You need to have slug weapons.
Okay.
You don't have any. You're a melee dude.
Yeah.
Range weapons are for the cowards.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
true.
it's up to me then, boss.
Now what I'm gonna do is, I mean, because I'm guessing they don't want to kill me, so I'm gonna come up as close to Merik as I can.
Yep.
Because I want to be in front or by him, so they know if they shoot at him, they might hit this guy.
Yeah,
This pretty
absolutely.
face right here. So, and then I'm basically holding my action. If he comes close enough for me to stab out of that hole, I will.
Yeah, I like it.
You just hold the black box next to your chest so they don't dare shoot at you, you know?
Put it right in front of Merik. Don't move, Merik.
whole thing out.
Yeah, I wanna shoot the last guy when I can with my auto rifle,
All right,
hanging out of the back of the skid.
let's do it.
All right, this is a goal of 14. 10.
Nice. So you overcome it by,
Alright.
its defense is 6, so you overcome it, you have 4 victory points left.
So it's a damage of 7. We'll just throw it all in there. Make sure we get rid of this guy.
All right.
9
2,
damage.
right?
So 9.
Yeah.
You lay into him with the auto gun and riddle him 4 holes, and he falls forward dead on the deck. And then the wind's kind of moving the body a little bit across the deck. All right, so that's everyone's turn. The third gunship's going to come over, and its door's going to slide open, and it's Hadvar the Horrendous. And he's got a large caliber machine gun that's
Not good.
mounted to the side door, and he's going to open up with it.
Oh, he's gonna blow the skip to hell.
Yep.
Oh, man.
So with this machine gun, he's going to start rolling in, and it's good. You're
So
all
question-
going to get attacked right now.
Are the lines from the first gunship that dropped the guys off, are they still dangling over the skiff?
No, as soon as the guys got onto the deck, they
Okay.
sucked the cables back up.
Oh shit.
So this shot's going to start riddling through. So
man.
this is going against all of you.
I'm gonna start moving towards the back.
All right,
basically, but
ducking to the ground.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm going to blanket myself over Veros.
Okay. Oh, nice.
protect him?
Yeah.
Can you, since you were outside shooting?
Do
We're
I
in the
can
back.
I? Or am I too far away? I mean, how big's this thing?
I mean, it's probably as long as this table is from this end to where Barry's at, like that, and you're where I'm at, and Veros is where Barry's at. So
So I can attempt to dive.
I mean, you could. Yeah, I would say you're okay with that. If you
Veros
want to.
did say he's moving to the back of the ship.
This is true. So he's moving back, you're moving forward. You both hug each other.
All right,
fall
yeah,
to
I
the
basically
ground.
just dive on him, and blanket him, you know.
What do the rest of you do?
As soon as I see it, yeah, I'll take cover.
All right.
Whatever
So
that means.
taking cover.
Try to evade.
Hope this
So-
thing's got armor.
So taking cover is a big deal because if you're in full cover, you add 6 to all your resistance rolls.
Nice.
oh, so we can actively get. Oh.
Yes. If you're in full cover, you
But
cannot
if
take
no
any-
one's driving, no
Yeah.
one's driving.
Correct.
So-
Taking full cover means you're doing no other actions. So it's important for you. What are you doing right now?
I am going
Well,
to.
then I'm not taking.
You're not. Okay.
I'm going to
You gotta
steer
shoot
this
that
thing
asshole.
so I can get on the opposite side of the gunship.
All right. So that's what you're doing, but you're
trying
not
to.
taking cover.
No.
Get out
Alright.
of the fire. You're trying to get out of the
This
fire.
will be my last weird point to give him advantage.
Oh,
on this
nice.
roll.
All those 20s we rolled earlier.
Yep. This is my last
job,
one. That was
guys.
my last one.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So
For us?
No, God no. So one of them was a failure, but the other gets under his shoot and dex. So we'll start first with you.
okay.
What's your normal resistance?
7.
7.
Yep.
And you have 6 added to that, which is a
13.
total of 13. That barely saves you.
Nice.
I would not have saved any.
Damn.
Coming against you,
I have 6 plus what's the cover thing?
6.
6. Okay, so that's total of 12.
What
So
do I
12.
get for being draped over him? Basically, I want to take the wound
You're
full
taking
bullet
his
form.
damage.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
So all these holes are riddling through the side of the ship.
Oh man.
You know, it barely misses you, and then what? Takes you in the
All
side.
right, okay.
Take 5 damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. And if you have any victory points, you can raise your points up.
Oh wait, I
So
have.
if you want to do that,
I have 2.
So if you spin both those, you'll negate that damage,
Aha.
and you won't take that damage.
Okay. All right.
I save thee.
All right.
Remember it.
I have a 9 total.
Take.
Keep your head
Even
down,
with
my
the
lord.
cover,
3 plus 6.
do you have 5 victory points?
I have no victory.
So you get shot. You take 5 damage as well from the machine gun.
And what's happening to the skiff? I'm more worried about this thing going
Yeah.
150 miles an
Oh.
hour, getting riddled with bullets.
We'll get to that.
Okay. That's what
I
I'm
didn't
really
like that
worried about.
answer.
We're gonna
While
crash.
he's holding me, I'm holding the box.
Oh yeah, I like that. What's your defense, Merik? 2 plus 6
Oh my-
is 8.
I'm not in heavy
But you're
cover.
not even in cover.
He's
so there's
incredible.
nothing
He's
you can do
rolling
about
with the
this.
top down. The
Oh.
glass is
So-
already broke.
So just the 2. Well, you're in partial cover because it's hip high walls around you. So it's is 3. So it's 5 from 13 is 8. Every 2 of those is extra damage, so 4. So you take 9 damage.
Oh my god, are you alive still?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's like, oh yeah.
I got
And then Graahaa.
So I'm
that
hanging
for
out
another
of the
round
back of
before
the
it
skid.
starts
I don't
getting
know if I'm in
partial
partial
cover.
cover.
You
Yeah,
are.
I'm kind of like, but my first instinct was to hit the deck, but then I'm like, somebody's got to shoot this asshole. So I'm just gonna like try to take cover and try to prep my shot for
Okay.
the next round.
I
You're
like it.
aiming.
So
what-
my resistance is 3.
3 plus
Plus
3
partial
is
cover.
6. So do you want to spend any to?
I have nothing.
Okay, so 6 minus 13 is 7. So
Take 7 damage.
3 more on top of that. So
10 damage.
No, it's 8. It's
Oh,
8 damage.
Yeah, 8. Because every 2 is 1, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's painful. Okay, so yeah, like just kind of shying back as all this machine gun fire spatters and splats and hits parts of me.
Meanwhile,
no!
Merik, you're sitting there at the controls, and you're like, you got 2 shots in you. You're like leaning over them, like coughing, and the skiff itself, you like brought it underneath of it, so you go underneath the gunship. But as you do it, it's like stuttering and kind of like starting to cough a little bit, like this thing's been hit.
just like me. Cool.
Yeah, and like you feel like one of the skids is loose,
Oh, no.
and it's kind of dragging to the right. Like you want to turn back to the left and just keep pulling.
Great.
Alright, so your guys' turn.
We only have 2 people now, right? Because everybody else full defense.
Well, if we do it in full, it's a new round now.
It's new round. Yeah.
Oh well, then.
I'm gonna go take a shot at
would I not full
homeboy.
defense?
Yeah, I'll say.
Oh wait,
shoot
yeah. Sorry, I
him!
apologize. I did say that earlier. Yeah,
Yeah, we can't sustain another round of that calamity.
Well, that was
you
the
know?
only reason I didn't take cover.
Correct.
I would rather we not have to, but I'm just pointing
Yeah,
out.
I'll say
you are
Graahaa
correct.
shoot first.
The only 2 that can go are Merik and Graahaa. The rest of you lose your turn because you focused on diving to the
Oh,
deck.
okay. All right.
Okay, perfect.
I
Yeah.
did say that earlier. I apologize.
Cool.
Sorry, guys.
No, that's fine. That's good. That means it's all on you.
Yes.
Right? No. Well, America has a
Go.
gun too. You can drive and shoot.
Merik has a
sometimes.
gun. Merik, you need to do more.
He's got his pebble shooter.
You're not doing
He's got a little
enough.
pistol.
He's got the noisy cricket.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens.
What are you trying to shoot at?
So yeah, I'm hanging out at the back. I'm burnt and bloodied from the machine gun fire I've taken. Hopefully nothing that's gonna cause internal bleeding for too long. And just I'm just like trying to find an open spot behind the machine gun that he's on. I myself have gunnery, so I know what it's like to be back there, and I know what takes you down. So I'm gonna try to find maybe like an open spot on the side where he's not really blocked too heavily by the machine gun, and see if I can get a shell in there.
I got an idea too. I mean,
All right,
before we
it's
end up
14.
taking another round of that gunfire, which I don't think
3.
we're gonna be able to do.
Oh.
Oh, that's not good. That's not enough. I don't think.
It is not.
Well, so what do I know this relic to be? Does it have a name?
The Void Caller.
The Void Caller. All right. So now, did I give up my action completely, or can I talk?
We'll say that again.
So when I dove for cover, did I give up my action for the round completely, or am I allowed to talk?
You have free actions. You can still talk.
Okay.
You just can't do any active like rolls or anything.
So, all right. So he shoots. Does it look like does he do the happy dance? He's like, I got him.
No.
Okay.
He riddles the side of the ship and doesn't do any damage to the guy.
All right. So I'm gonna attempt to bluff Advar. I'm gonna say across the Vordrak channel in Vordrak. The Void Collar, is that what it's called?
Yep.
I've acquired the Void Collar. It is unprotected. Cease fire.
All right. Make a disguise
Okay.
wits roll.
Disguise. No. So how do I get the? Well, I've got 5 points. So I'm gonna spend all 5 of these.
To increase it by 5.
Increase it by 5.
So you need to roll 10 or less.
So disguise. Okay. Wait. So I need to roll 10 or less. Come on, baby.
What's your wits?
My wits is 4, and my so
Disguise.
7 plus 12.
okay, there you go. So 12 or less.
Because my disguise is 3. 12! Oh,
Yes,
critical!
success!
Yeah!
Oh, weird
Yeah!
awesome.
All right, that's awesome. You're one of the number ones.
Oh my god.
That's a crit, baby. Woo! Nice.
Nicely done.
Came through for me.
My life.
So the gunship
Damn.
stops firing and it hovers directly overhead.
Listening to the right. 'Cause that's
Well,
what-
yeah, I guess it's kind of following you. And then as it kind of hovers there for a second,
My lord, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do now, but I bought us some time.
Enough time for our troops to get here.
I hope.
there's as something hits the deck and you look outside and Hadvar has jumped down directly onto the ship. And he's standing in front.
Hit the brakes.
Is there something in my where I come from to where it is a test of champions that no one else can interfere with? I want to go those kinds of things is common in the Viking world.
You know, I like it. Yeah.
And I go, my lord, this is a fight only I can win. And I stand up, and I bear my axe, and I go out to meet Advar one-on-one.
I mean,
for the
as soon as
safety
I
of the
see
group.
this guy hit the deck, I'm gonna pull the e-brake.
Oh!
You stand up to get ready.
This is something only I can do.
He just
Oh, actually, no. I guess Merik can do it too. Look at that.
You're the
good.
champion. He summoned it, and then you.
I get the point,
See what
Colin.
happens.
All right. You pull that. Take a drive test. This is a
God,
this
we're
is
Oh,
We're
man.
gonna
this is
This could be good.
This is severe. So you need a 10 to overcome
Oh,
this.
wow.
Advantage.
All right.
Awesome.
Oh, man.
This is a drive test.
You need to get that crit.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Crits are exciting.
What are the
That
ones?
was pretty
Intuition.
cool.
Intuition again. All right, so 13 in advantage.
10
Man,
through 13.
Yep.
10.
There we
Nice.
go.
All right, 10.
That'll do it.
10.
Nice.
Exactly.
So you grab it, and you know the whole vehicle starts to shudder, and he starts flying forward. Everyone starts flying forward. You hear the of metal breaking, and the whole vehicle starts to just come apart in the snow.
Oh, no.
But it doesn't flip. That's what I was rolling for. To see if you flip the whole. You're going 150 miles an hour.
We've done- we've been airborne.
This is the classic Spaceballs. Like, stop this thing. We can't stop. We have to slow down first. Like, no, you're like, I'm stopping this thing. And you do that, and out into the void goes flying this Hadvar, and you're all spinning, metal snapping, cracking of wood.
Too bad we didn't have
Lights go out, the power cuts out, and all of a sudden you feel yourself tumbling in the snow.
No more lights. That's not good.
You all start pulling, and interrupt me if there's anything you guys want to interject. You start pulling yourselves from the snow, and you can actually see there's the faintest light of day. The twilight zone is just beyond you. Out of the snow, you see the rest of your party. What do you guys do?
Let's go! And I just say, charge! Get out!
I look
get
for
to
Advar to see if he is alive and coming up out of the snow. That's a bigger threat. While these guys run for cover.
That's a great question. You look around, and you can see the deformed body of Hadvar folded in half. Basically, no, he didn't survive being thrown from a vehicle at that speed.
Good.
Take his axe.
I want
But
to look
It's a
at
sword.
Shit.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
take it.
That's right.
But around you,
Yeah.
the 3 gunships are now
Oh,
hovering.
yeah.
Just as all these like missile pods and machine guns come out of the distance, a missile flies and blows one of the
Nice.
gunships from the air, and
That's what I was hoping.
three House
Huzzah.
Hazat not gunships, jet fighters fly overhead, and the 2 other gunships start to fall back and retreat.
Talon over the heart when they show up.
Yeah, no, you have the flares. And
Yeah.
they scream overhead, and that's my Fading Sun session.
Oh my God!
Oh,
It left us in the snow.
We run for safety. We're saved by the House of Zot. Yeah. Just as I was getting ready to sacrifice
only
myself.
because you guys sent out the signal, or else they wouldn't have found you.
I told y'all we should have sent out the signal a long time ago.
Me and my uncle have a long talk ahead of us.
Yes, you do.
Oh man, that's great.
That was awesome, Ty.
That was
Yeah,
fun.
thanks,
guys.
Good job.
Thank you.
That's fun. yeah.
I'm glad we
Good
got
job.
out of it, because at worst, if we were I was gonna blow that horn. I was gonna say, if I'm about to die, Ragnarok, baby.
I'm going down. I'm taking all the creation with me.
I'm kind of there's something was gonna happen if you did.
Thank you for listening to another NCRP Productions podcast. To stay on top of everything we're doing, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook, all at NCRP Productions. You can show your support and help us continue to produce content by joining our Patreon. We offer additional podcasts like our B-Sides and have GM materials, maps, and other fun things you can discover over time. You can find our podcasts on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, and many other fine podcast sites. Just look for us at NCRP Productions. We value your thoughts, so please don't hesitate to leave us feedback or comments. And if you would like to contact us directly, you can email us at ncrpproductions@gmail.com.